Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Newbie's Tips. Today I will talk about level 60 gear, where to attain. For level 60 gear, most of the battle classes gear you will be able to buy from the town known as Idleshire. You will also be given some during the MSQ, but this goes up to the Hellfire and Shiva sets. Now, like the level 50 gear, this gear can be purchased with Poetics. Now, the highest item level gear that you can purchase with Poetic Tombstones is under the second tab of the Cyborg Magic and the Cyborg War, and it's the Shire set, which is starts off as I-260 but can be upgraded to I-270. Now, like the level 50 weapon, the level 60 weapon will also require you to get some tokens as well as a specific tombstone. It's the tombstone you want to be getting for the weapon is the Scripture tombstone, and you also, for upgrading the weapon, you would want a Deepest God dip, as well as having a micro tombstone. Once you have those, you can then speak to the person next to Hishmina, which is Batena, and you can go to Shire Gear Exchange. And this will give you a Shire weapon. I will show you where the place to upgrade gear is in a bit. Now, Batena also can give you primal weapons, so if you've been beating up Ravana Extreme, Bismarck Extreme, or any of these streams at level 60, you'll be given a token. Now this token is specific to each fight, and once you have 7 for Paladin's main hand, 3 for Paladin's shield, and 10 for any other weapon, you'll be able to swap out for another for a weapon. Now Zavan is the highest item level primal weapon you can get hold of at 265. The Shire weapon, which is quite easy to get a hold of, is when it's upgraded is 270, so I would go for that one if you can, but there is these weapons as well. Another lot of gear you can get is from Alexander raids. Now there are 2 sets to Alexander raid gear. They are the normal mode versions and the savage mode versions. For normal mode versions, you'll get you'll have to roll against other players for specific loots, specific item drops. These are bolts for accessories, pedals for feet, springs for legs, chain for belts, cranks for arms, shafts for body pieces, and lenses for head. For weapons, you would actually have to do the last fight of each tier, grand total 4 times, and that will give you a micro. You can trade that for a micro tombstone, which will allow you to help get a get the Shire weapon and so forth. Now, now for Savage mode gear, you got the items themselves can drop from each turn, but upon completing each turn you'll be given a book, and now these books range for that tier, book 1 to 4. Book 1s can be exchanged for accessories and belts. Book 2s can be exchanged for heads, hands and feet. Book 3s can be exchanged for legs, and Book 4s can be exchanged for weapons and body pieces. So I'll just show that off. See? You need 4 books for weapons. You need Book 4s for weapons, Book 2s for heads, and so forth. Now these books can also, Book 2s and 3s can also be used to exchange for upgrade items. You can ask in Party Finder to try and do these fights. They do occasionally fail, and people do like having glams. And also by doing each of the normals will give you 100 poetics, as well as each of the savages will give you 100 poetics, so you get plenty of poetics from that. So poetics is generally your easiest way to get gear at this level as well. You can also start the relic quest line here in Idleshire. Now I believe it's Rowena who gives you it, and this will start off a decently long quest line that will require a large amount of poetics. Not so much gil this time, but a decent amount of poetics. In Idleshire, once you have unlocked Doomscape, you can come to it and pick up a quest from Slipstreak, which if you complete the quest, which requires you to run Doomscape, which is the last 24-man of level 60, you can start the 24-man quest in Ishgard, and that will take you to the Sea Clouds, and you just follow that quest line until you finish. But if you get the item from Slipstreak, once you hand in the quest from Doomscape, you can pick up either a glamour body piece or I-270 accessory. Now that could be useful going into the Stormblood content. Now crafters and gatherers, you actually have a tombstone system called scripts, which basically means when you craft or gather collectible items, you'll be able to hand them in at the collectible appraiser, or if you have done any, if you hand in any of the weekly custom deliveries, you'll be given, at the moment, red scripts and yellow scripts. Red scripts will be taken out of being able to be attained in Shadowbringers, and it will be yellow script. And you can come to the script exchange. Not script. You can come to. You can come over to the script area in Idleshire, and you'll be able to exchange it for pieces of gear. Now this gear can also be upgraded. To upgrade any of the gear, both from crafters, gatherers, Disciple of War, Disciple of Magic, you can come to Grimglocks for trading and Seeker for battle jobs. Now, for if you're going to improve Shire Gear, you go on Improve Shire Gear, and then you select the section you're under, and it will show you what you need for it, as well as the base item you also need to do it. Now, the another way to get a decent amount of gear is also, at least reasonable gear, is through the dungeons in the MSQ as well. But this gear will be the best one and will last till about 73, 74 in Stormblood. Now, the reason you want to start trading that in earlier is because Stormblood starts ramping up defense and stats a bit faster than Heavensward did, and things start to hit harder around the level 65 range rather than the level 67 range. That has been this episode on Newbie's tips about level 60 gear. I thank you all for coming, and I will bow out here. Thank you.